What is going on, everybody? Hummus Thunder here, bringing you guys a brand new video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I just want to start off by giving a huge shout out and a big thanks to everyone who supports my channel and supports me as a content creator. On my last video, I got a ton of positive attention and a lot of love from a lot of people, and I really appreciate seeing that kind of stuff, seeing my hard work pay off. So I just wanted to take the time to just say thank you to everyone who watches my videos and actually enjoys it. So from Hummus Thunder, thank you. Today we are gonna be going over every single detail in Modern Warfare. I want to make this the one-stop shop for all the questions you have with this game. Now, I'm reporting every single piece of information as of August 5th, 2019. So if there are any mistakes or something that I forgot to include, please be sure to comment down below what I forgot, or if I made a mistake, I would be more than happy for you guys to correct me so I can make this as accurate for everyone who's watching. I'm gonna go ahead and break it up into 3 sections, and these are the 3 sections that we're gonna be going over. Section 1 is gonna include information about the beta, the additions of the game, which I made in another video, and some information about the crossplay features. Section 2 is gonna deal more with the in-game stuff like the gunplay, the game modes, the grenades and tacticals, the streaks, the radar, the night maps, kind of maps that we're getting, and things of that nature. Section 3 is gonna be about the microtransactions, the creator class, aim assist, motion blur, and the specialist we're gonna have in the game. So if you're looking for a certain section, I will put the timestamps in the description down below for you to go and check it out. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. So diving into section 1, we'll start off by talking about the beta. If you're an Xbox or a PC player, I'm sorry, Sony and Activision still have their contractual agreement going on, so you're gonna see a beta release for the PS4 first. The beta for Modern Warfare will begin on September 12th for the PS4 and for anybody who pre-ordered the game. Now that's gonna last until about September 13th, because by the 14th, the beta will become open to all players on the PS4, and that will last until the 16th. Fast forward a few days to September 19th, the beta will now be open to Xbox and PC for pre-orders first, while the PS4 is still in a strictly open beta status, and that will last up until about the 21st, which is when the open beta will be available for all platforms, and that's going to last until the 23rd. So while this is going on from the 19th to the 23rd, this will all be crossplay compatible, so you'll be able to play with other Xbox and PC players as well. So speaking of crossplay, there's been a ton of controversy about this, so I'm gonna give you the breakdown. Crossplay is supposed to function a lot like Fortnite's system, as in you won't automatically be paired with other platforms unless somebody in your party is already on that other platform. So for example, you could be on the PS4, but to be put in a lobby with PC players, your friend in your party has to be on a PC in order to be queued in with the other PC players. That doesn't mean just by logging in, you're going to be thrown in with a bunch of PC and Xbox players. Also, it seems that crossplay might be working based off of input as well. For example, if a PC player uses a controller, they're going to be put in lobbies with other console players using a controller. The same way a PS4 player might be put into a PC lobby if they decide to plug in their mouse and keyboard and use that instead. I really wouldn't be too worried about crossplay. I'm confident the dev team will make it happen while keeping it fair. Now, the last topic in this section is in regards to the different editions. If you want a complete breakdown, I'll link my video in the description. It talks about all the editions and breaks them down individually and lets you know what the best possible option is for you. But basically, there are 3 editions within CallOfDuty.com, and that's the regular edition, the enhanced, and the operator enhanced edition, while GameStop has the basic, the precision, and the $200 dark edition. Moving on to section 2, we're going to focus more on the in-game side of things. So to kick it off, let's start with the gameplay style. The game features a relatively low time to kill, similar to the one you'll see in Modern Warfare 3, while guns do have more recoil than any other Call of Duty to date. So to compensate for all these changes, new mechanics have been introduced, like weapon bracing, which allows you to brace your weapon onto a flat surface both horizontally and vertically for increased accuracy at the cost of mobility. You can also now bust open doors by sprinting, which is louder, so you can also decide to take a quieter approach and move more tactically by opening the door slowly. Not to mention, the game's audio has been completely overhauled for a much more refined experience that's more on the realistic side of things. Along with all these changes, they've also included some very minor details to the game, such as weapon feel and how they sway, and just the overall feel of the guns. A lot of it has been overhauled to make it feel more realistic, which is their goal, so it might take a little bit of getting used to the first time playing the game. A few more random gameplay stuff that they've changed. For example, sprinting is a bit slower than usual, but super sprint is much faster at the cost of a slower sprint out time. Most maps in this game are no longer 3 lanes. There is an execution mechanic if you melee from behind. There are abilities in this game, but there are things like stopping power and ammo cases and stuff. Auto heal is back, but there is a stim shot to make it where you heal instantly. Moving on to game modes, we do see a return of classic game modes such as Headquarters and Ground War with the addition of 20v20 and 50v50 modes. These modes pitch you up against 20 or 50 other players, but the most exciting addition to the game modes is the brand new realism mode. What we know so far about this mode is the heavy emphasis on realism and having to be more aware of your surroundings due to having no HUD or radar at all, as well as not having any hit markers or indicators when shooting an enemy. The only way you're gonna know if they're dead is if you shot them and saw them die. One neat feature about this mode is the gunplay and audio is overhauled more from the base game, and that is to compensate for not having a minimap. Speaking of the minimap, as of August 5th, the minimap is still disabled unless there's a UAV called via a kill streak. The three different UAVs are a personal UAV, which only benefits the player, the standard UAV we all know, and the advanced UAV, which shows the player and the direction they are facing. The odd thing is the UAV is permanently enabled in competitive play, and a mass majority are calling for its return, including the fellow YouTubers and streamers who got to play it during the reveal. Infinity Ward is exploring options though, and is indeed listening to the community, since there are a few tweets that have been made out that hinted the beta is sort of like a test for the community to play and see how they like it. So far, all we have is a compass that blips whenever the enemies shoot, and it kind of shows the general direction, and we also see teammates outlines through walls to compensate for not having any radar. Piggybacking onto kill streaks, these are no longer score or point based, it is strictly kill based. Ordinarily, kill streaks didn't count towards the next streak, but in this game there is a perk called kill chain that enables you to do so. A lot of streaks are returning as well, such as the chopper gunner, the AC-130, the VTOL jet, and also a game ending nuke, but nobody really knows how to achieve that yet. So one new piece of information we received about the kill streaks is that they are no longer stackable, therefore you can't run through your streaks 2 to 3 times. Instead, they can only be earned once per life. A lot of people on Twitter are making jokes about killing themselves after getting all the streaks to go ahead and get them again. I suppose a nuke is a way to stop that. I guess everybody has it unlocked. Maybe that's their attempt to stop people from doing that. A lot of people are worried about the whole kill streak and radar situation, that it'll entice more camping and stuff, but Infinity Ward's answer to that is some of the tactical equipment that we have. One of them is the snapshot grenade, which can prevent people from hiding. It kind of works like Recon's vision pulse. When you throw it into a room, it takes a snapshot of the entire area and highlights enemy bodies in bright colors. Therefore, you'll be able to see where people are hiding. I'm pretty sure the only counter to that is cold-blooded, and that is a perk in the game as well. We also see the return of the heartbeat sensor, needless to say the same one that's in Modern Warfare 2, and we also see the introduction of thermite, which functions as a sticky grenade but also burns through material like killstreak tanks and equipment. On to the final portion of this section. Night maps are back, but in order for them to be effective, night vision goggles must be worn. However, using the goggles makes most sights non-compatible. Instead, the gun's laser will act as your crosshair in gunfights. Now, there will be multiple lasers to choose from that offer different types of hipfire spread and accuracy, but I'll talk more about that in the created class portion of section 3. One thing you have to know about the laser sights is that the enemies can easily see it, so it can make you stun like a sore thumb, so that's why you have to play a little bit more tactically for the night maps or if you're playing realism mode. Moving on to the final section, section 3. We're going to start off by talking about the specialists, or so-called operators. As of now, they have no abilities and are only referred to as operators with different backgrounds and stories. We've learned that hitboxes will remain the same for every operator, so it is purely a cosmetic thing as of now. We should probably expect different customization options for them in the shop though, so that could be a form of microtransactions that will be appearing in this game, which I'll talk about soon. Motion blur is reportedly an option to toggle on and off. I'm pretty glad to hear that, because motion blur for me is just annoying, so I'm glad that they included that. Aim assist though is a fun one. There are apparently different types of aim assist in this game, confirmed by Infinity Ward themselves, but we're unsure if it's a campaign only thing or if multiplayer will be included. We did see some visible aim assist in the reveal though. The options for aim assist are disabled, standard, experimental, and enhanced. We all know how disabled and standard operate, but experimental and enhanced are the fun ones. Experimental takes into account the target's velocity as well, while enhanced is one that I'm still kind of scratching my head over, but the in-game description reads precision aim slowdown with additional near aim assists. It does sound like it'd be more of a campaign edition, but if you have a better idea, let me know in the comments down below. Now to the gritty dark side of this game, and that's microtransactions, something I have to talk about. As of now, all maps are planned to be released for free, which is pretty incredible coming from Activision, alongside no season pass, making this game sound even better than Black Ops 4 already. But we all know there will be microtransactions, but we don't know in what form. We can all agree that operators will have cosmetic items up for grabs alongside weapon variants and different camos. My hunch is that there's going to be a ton of camos and different cosmetic items, but I honestly think they might go the route that Modern Warfare Remastered did and make like an easier way to purchase them using like armory credits and stuff like that. I don't know what they're going to do. I do hope that they do something that's not going to destroy this game like they did with Black Ops 4. I have been hearing a lot of YouTubers and other influencers talking about the microtransactions making their way into the gunsmith. We honestly can't be sure until the game comes out. This is the one topic about this game that we really wouldn't know till we see for ourselves. So let's hope they do a good job. If you stuck this far into the video, thank you so much for listening to me and paying attention to the video. On to our final topic for today. We have the new and improved created class system. Pick 10 is gone and it will be replaced by the awesome looking gunsmith. This new system is incredibly in-depth and can be changed mid-game. That's the first time this has been introduced in a Call of Duty game, and it allows changes to things like barrel length, grip type, different stocks, even little things like triggers for some guns. Attachments will now work as a balance mechanic in this game, since all attachments impact the gun both positively and negatively. And yes, it is possible to make the gun worse than it was stock. For example, a recon sight will improve your sight, but it will add more recoil. You can also have a max of 5 attachments on your weapon, and it's even possible to convert a weapon to a whole new one. For example, the AK-47 to the AK-74U, or an M4 to an M16. The last little tidbit I want to leave you guys with is gun perks. Gun perks gives the guns various effects like more XP per headshots, or converting your gun to a 3-round burst, or things like faster reloading and stuff. And that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. There was so much information for me to go over, so I try to make it as compact as possible for you. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button while tapping the notification bell. It gets you updates every time that I post a video, and I'll catch you guys on the next Hummus Thunder episode. Peace.